So I'm going to be working with the Amazon hair Isee hair today. They have sent me their 22-inch Brazilian lace frontal in the straight, silky straight. And the hairline is pre-bleached, actually, just the hairline, and the lace is medium brown. The inside of the cap has the 3 combs in the top, like in the sides and the top, and it has a comb in the back, and it has adjustable straps. And this is the unit in its entirety, so you can see the length. So phase 1 of plucking like a pro is handling the front of the hairline. So I like that this hairline already has some dip and grooves in it already. So that's going to make it easier if you're a beginner, because it's not just a straight across hairline and you got to create even more dips and grooves. So you start off, you want to get the hairline wet with the spray bottle, and that is to help you pluck. The tweezers grip better when the hairline is a little damp. And to begin plucking, you want to just pluck at it, honestly, and then you don't want to stay in one place for too long. Your tweezers should constantly be in movement, or you will easily create a bald spot. So you just kind of pluck and move around left to right. I would recommend going slow when you first start, because this, it's really easy to create a bald spot. So I would start off just plucking slowly. You can go even slower than this if you need to. Don't start off like trying to pluck super fast. Go slow so you can really see what you're doing and stop yourself while you're ahead if you're messing up. You can already see the difference between what that hairline looks like on one side versus the side I already started plucking. And this is the result after I finished the phase 1 of plucking. So now we are moving into phase 2 of plucking. And this is after I have bleached the whole frontal, not just the front of the knots. And you can already see how natural this wig is looking with just the front pluck job. You can honestly stop at the front pluck job, but if you really want to get in your plucking bag, I would go back just one more row. But it really just depends on you. We're doing the same exact thing we were doing before, just going a row back. And this is to thin out the hairline. How thick or how thin you want your hairline is really up to you. I have a fuller hairline, so I keep my hairlines typically pretty full. Even the way it was in the beginning would have been fine with me. But, getting our pluck bag, I went back a second row. But, it just depends on what you want to see. As long as you take care of the front of the hairline, the rest looks as natural. It just depends on how thick or how thin you want it. And there you can see how that's looking now, real natural and not too thin, just the way I like it when I'm really in my pluck bag. And all you have to do is push the hair back when you're plucking to see how you're doing. When you are plucking, you want to make sure to pull the hairs that we have already plucked out in the front out the way, so you don't keep plucking them too much. You don't want to, thin it out too far. One thing I like to do is pluck a little bit farther behind the front line so I don't bald out that front line too much. If I'm pulling from the back, I'm still thinning out the unit, but I'm not right on top of that hairline pulling too many hairs out the front. And that is the result of that side. And that is the result of the whole hairline. Look at us. We look good. Yes, all natural. So now I'm going to get into styling, and I'm going to wear this sleek straight. But because this is sleek straight hair already, it's just been washed since I bleached it. I'm going to have my that's not a hot comb, girl. I'm going to have my flat iron on a hot heat, but I'm using bigger pieces because the hair is already Brazilian straight. So it's not like I have to really go in trying to get some curls out. And then after it has been straightened, that is the result. It straightens out really well. The hair feels really good. It's very soft and silky. It's been having minimal tangling and really no shedding. And then I'm going to tint my cap so we can get into installing. So for installing, I like to size up the cap, see how it's fitting for me first. before I do anything, and then I'm gonna cut the lace up so it's in 3 sections for me. That makes it a lot easier to apply. Now here's phase 3 of plucking. I'm gonna match this up to the actual dips and grooves of my hairline. Not completely on point, but really close. It doesn't have to be perfect, but just kind of use your actual hairline as inspiration. So you see me taking a look at where mine kind of dips and grooves. I'm gonna do that on the wig. Now, I don't really do that to the front of my hairline. I used to, but I have a slight off-centered widow's peak. And I just don't like the way that looks on my wigs when I try to do middle parts and stuff. So I just don't do that over there anymore. But I do it again for the other side. Now that we have finished our pluck job, I'm ready to install the wig. I'm using Got to Be Glued in the yellow tube and the Got to Be Glued free spray to apply my wig. For the sides, I'm going to cut around the ear, make it fit before I install the unit, and that's going to allow me to pull the hairline a little bit farther to fit where my hairline comes out a little bit far, like right by my ear. Now I'm ready to start cutting off this lace, and you want to cut jagged so that way your install looks a little bit more seamless than if you just cut straight across. And you want to get as close to the hairline as you possibly can. Get all the excess lace off that doesn't have any hair on it, as close as you can. So now I'm ready to lay the lace back down right on the front where it's kind of came up from manipulation of cutting the lace off, and also fixing where my little ear tab sides came up as well. And then I had a little piece of hair that just was not going to fit in the frontal, so I just slid it out with the comb real quick so the lace would adhere to my skin better. Now I'm going to put my scarf on, and that scarf is going to give us a nice meltdown. I left it on for about 10-15 minutes, and now I'm back to blend out the lace. I'm using LA Girl Pro Concealer in Fawn because that just really matches up with my skin tone like perfectly. You can use whatever matches up with your skin tone perfectly to blend your lace out. Once that's done, now I'm ready to style on my head. I know I was doing sleek straight, so I decided on doing it in a side part. I was just feeling it that day. And I'm using my wax stick to help me set the part, and also my hot comb to help me set the part and flatten the hair down. and a little freeze spray just to help me set my hair. And that is how you pluck to get it installed like a pro. Thank you guys so much for watching. Isee's hair will be down in the description box below. And I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.